planting is hard. Our context is hard, planting is hard, but it seems to me that ministry's just got an awful lot harder. We quoted this statistic this morning. The Barna Group did a survey. 42% of pastors considered quitting last year. Why did they consider quitting? They meant stress of the job, feeling lonely and isolated, current political divisions, unhappy with the effect it has on the family, not optimistic about the future of the church. The list goes on and on and on. It seems like ministry has just got exponentially harder. The reason Acts 29 exists is to give and offer and provide platforms for the kind of help we can all bring to each other to help each other plant churches so that people meet Jesus.
So many of our churches would be quite small for American standards, and they're not resource rich, and so many of them would find it difficult to support, to even think about planting another church. They're just really thinking about how to pay for the rent of their own building, how to support their own pastor, and to actually think about planting a church is for many of them something quite big for them. Our income in Acts 29 Europe would come through our churches in Europe, but we're also very dependent on Acts 29 in the US, giving us a monthly grant. And beyond that then, when churches like Foothill give us then a very generous gift each year, that makes a big difference for us, because it means we're not really having to turn over every penny and to think about, can we afford this or can we not? We're able to be much more generous towards the churches.
My name is Tomáš Angel, and with Acts 29 I serve in the region of Central Europe. Ourselves, we are located in Bratislava, Slovakia, where we are planting a church, and it's been now the third year. So the evangelical scene in our part of the world is really tiny. So Acts 29 just gives us a family of like-minded, mission-minded, theologically like-minded churches, and that is a huge help, encouragement to all of us. The evangelical church is just working on groundworks a lot of times, with just getting resources ready into the various languages around the region. So the network is just very generous to us and flexible with all kinds of needs that we have, with articles being translated or literature or conferences setting up, getting hosts and speakers to come. So whatever the region needs, the network is ready to help with.
One thing that we really appreciate is that in the US there are many churches that are very generous, and they want to give, they want to support missions, and it's excellent, so helpful when churches like Foothill are able to provide not only financial support, but to know that they really care about us and that they really want to see churches being planted in Europe. And they're willing to pray for what we're doing and to support us, and even to send people over to something like our European conference and to come along and to say, hey, we want to find out about what's going on in Europe. We're interested, we want to hear the stories, we want to bring this back to our church and let them know that their support is really appreciated. And so we're so glad for this partnership.